How does it feel to be back here in Idaho?
Hey, it's like home from home. I'm always, I've been here for about in the last 15 years, I've probably been here about 10, 15 times. So, whether it's, performing or doing a fireside church, visiting buddies, So this is probably the biggest gig, I would say, for me in terms of, bringing a full band and like the full outfit, you know what I mean? Not just me with a karaoke track and stuff like that, Although the last time I did come, I performed with the orchestra, that was amazing. But this is kind of myself, my band, and with my own original music, and so I'm excited, man. Really excited.
A lot of people saw you on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
And maybe that kind of exposed you to the world in a way, would you say? Or?
You know what? I tell you, it totally did. In a bigger way than I even imagined. I mean, especially when I just made it to the second round, and that was it. But I think that first audition, it just went all over the place. And, that was one of the reasons why I did it, because it's like, to me, I see this as more of a ministry. And I wanted to get my ministry out to a bigger audience. And, going on, shows like that, it definitely is like it helps you do that. And the coolest thing as well is that even since America's Got Talent, more people have come to my shows. So I'm just like...
We got a sold-out show here tonight.
It's great, right? This is awesome.
So how would you describe your music? It's a little bit of pop, African. What would you describe?
That's exactly what I would say. It's Africanized. I'd say pop music with an African twist. That's, and some of it is original, some of it is covers, but it's all just real, just real passionate stuff, and just real high energy.
Your dream, you said on America's Got Talent, was to have a show in Vegas where you're performing every night. Is that still kind of the hope?
Well, you're not going to believe this. We got a call from MGM, and they asked me if I'd be willing to have my own show at the MGM in Vegas.
Are we breaking news here?
This is the first time I've told anyone other than my family, and maybe, I haven't. Yeah. So, what it is they're giving me a try. It's a tester. Okay. So they're giving me one night a week, and it's the same place where David Copperfield performs at the Hollywood Theater, which is, I went to see. I was like, my jaw dropped. I mean, people even who've won don't even get offered that. So I'm just like, my mind is blown right now. And so, it probably takes between 6 to 8 months to mount the show and put it together. I've got these really crazy ideas. And so, it's so exciting.
So a lot of people would say, you're not in your 20s, you're not in your young years. Your energy definitely, you act like a teenager on stage. You're all over the place. Well, but here you are in your older years.
Yeah.
And this dream's coming true.
Yeah.
Did you ever imagine this?
It's something that, with me, I imagined it, but I never imagined it would take this long. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad that it's happened on this side. I had my moments. In the early 20s, I was in a boy band, and we had a huge hit, and we traveled all over Europe and all kinds of stuff. But I just, my maturity, factor was just, I was all over the place, and and you take so much. I took so much for granted at that young age. Now I think as well is that when you've had to work, just like really hard for something, you appreciate a lot more when it takes a lot longer for it to happen. I mean, as they say, there are no overnight sensations. Overnight sensations takes minimal 10 years. You know what I mean? I've been doing this for 25. But when you know that it's what you're supposed to do, doesn't matter what age you are, you enjoy it and you have fun doing it.
For folks that have never heard your music, that might be watching this somewhere in the world, what would you say to them? What's the whole purpose and meaning behind what you do every day?
Yeah, for me, music is not just about entertainment. The music speaks louder than sometimes conversation. It's a great way to get a message across without preaching. You know what I mean? Sometimes, I've had a lot of incredible experiences where people have heard a song from somewhere on a radio station or online, and they've just said, I was going through a real tough time, and I just put on that song, and it just really just kind of buoyed me up. My purpose in music is not just to entertain, as I said. It's just like to make people feel good, and make people smile, and if I can accomplish that, I'm a happy camper, man.
Great.
It's great.
Last question. You're in Idaho. How do you like your potatoes?
My potatoes. I like my potatoes fried. I like my sweet potatoes. I like mashed potatoes with some garlic and some little sprinkles of, what's that word? Like
chives.
Yes, the chives. You know what jacket potatoes is? In England, we call it jacket potatoes, where it's got the skin around it. What do you call it? Like with the skin around it, and then you just cut it in half.
Oh yeah.
And it's got the skin.
Just a baked potato.
Yeah, baked potato. Yeah,
baked potato.
We
Okay,
call them
yeah.
jacket potatoes because for some reason in England
keep the jacket
we
on.
call them jackets. Yeah, so it's kind of weird. But I love or baked potatoes, as you say.
Nice.
So
good.
I'm gonna get me some. Can we get some?
We'll find you some. We'll work this out. Thanks, man.
Making me hungry now.
Sorry.
Thanks so much.